Hi, have you recently experienced an upheaval in your life, whether it's loss of a loved one, divorce, retirement, job loss, health crisis, moving to a completely new city, and you feel out of sorts, you feel like you've lost your mojo, and when you wake up in the morning, you feel uninspired, unmotivated, aimless? Well, today I'm going to share with you a simple 6-step process that I've been using for a number of years, almost 5 years, to help me ground my day, to get started with energy, vitality, and purpose. And that routine is called the Miracle Morning. Hi, I'm Laura with Shine After 50, and my purpose in this channel is to help women over 50 lead and live a freaking fantastic life in your body, mind, and spirit. We can't control everything, but I do believe lifestyle and how we enhance our lifestyle and make the most of it can definitely contribute to a long, not only lifespan, but also health span. And today I'm going to share with you this technique that I've been using for, as I said, almost 5 years. And it comes from the book. Now, this is specifically geared toward writers, The Miracle Morning for Writers, but you can find The Miracle Morning. And it was written by Elrod. And when he was very young, I think late teens or early 20s, it's been a while since I've read the book, at least a few years, he went through a horrific accident. And he was told he might not walk again. And he refused to accept that at face value. He thought, well, this is what will be, maybe that will be. But at the same time, he decided he was going to do everything he could to maximize his ability to regain his ability to walk and to lead a normal life. And so what he did was set up a number of routines. And that's what I'm going to share with you today because I have found them so helpful. And what brought this to mind is I was thinking of a woman I met a couple of years ago here in Charleston, South Carolina. I participated in a walking group from time to time. And I met this woman and she was in her mid-60s and she said she had recently gone through 3 major changes: divorce, retirement, and moving to a completely new city. And she shared with me that she felt aimless. She said that she woke up each day and went about her day frittering away a lot of her time. And had I been better acquainted with her, I just met her that day. And had I met her again in another walking group time, which I didn't, I would have suggested the Miracle Morning process because I think it can be so helpful in grounding you and getting you ready for a brand new day in the most effective way possible. And I think it was author Tim Ferriss, and we're talking about the book Atomic Habits in my Book of the Month Club discussion. He once said, I believe, something along the lines of, if you own your morning, you own your day. And that's what the Miracle Morning teaches us. There's a 6-step process, and it can be summarized by the word SAVERS, S-A-V-E-R-S, 6 steps. And I will share with you what I do each day, how I do it, and this is the SAVERS routine. But the first step is S, meaning silence. That when you wake up in the morning, take time to enjoy some silence. Now, this routine, I will say, you can tailor it from taking up 6 minutes, 1 minute for each step, up to 60 minutes or longer if you have the time. I typically spend about 60 minutes with this process, with my whole morning routine, but you can start with 6 minutes. And I always recommend when you start a new habit, start in baby steps. Start with just 5 or 6 minutes. But let's hop into step 1, S for silence. That means spending a few minutes to pause, to bask in silence, and you can meditate during this time. If you are a spiritual person, you may want to spend it in prayer. Taking time in the silence helps you segue, I think, effectively from the sleep state into the getting up and going about your day state. So I think it's a good grounding first step. And that's what I do. When I wake up first thing in the morning, I spend about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes in silent meditation. I've done transcendental meditation for many years, so that's usually what I do. Then the second step is the A, summarized by A, for affirmations. These are, many people have heard of them, positive statements, or you can change it to affirmations, which was coined by Noah St. John in his book Affirmations. And those are affirmations turned into questions. So you consider, you either say aloud or to yourself silently, positive statements like, I am healthy, I am energetic, I am joyful. Anything that you want to amp yourself up with to get the day off to a joyful, positive start. Those are affirmations. And again, it can just take a minute or two. And I typically do these, well, I also incorporate some of the affirmations into my meditation time. And you can combine some of these steps. I will say I am love, I am joy, I am peace as I'm meditating. I also, however, listen to some recorded affirmations that I've done myself or that I've heard from other people, gotten from other coaches, etc. So affirmations is another grounding technique to set your day off on a positive note. And then the third letter, V, stands for visualization. And this is the process of seeing your day, maybe seeing your week as well, in a visualizing, imaging in your mind and also in your heart. It's very important to also feel it in your heart. Visualize and imagine how you want your day and week to go. What's the type of person you want to be? Do you want to be animated? Do you want to be kind? Do you want to be productive? See your day going just that way. See yourself and basically embody that identity. Now, what I do as well is I incorporate this visualization step by doing emotional freedom technique. And I will have videos about that in the future. But it's a tapping technique, all the acupuncture points in the body, some key acupressure points rather, in the body that stimulates certain feelings and emotions and really cements them into you, whether it's releasing some negative emotions and replacing them with positive. So what I do is I do a visualization tapping session. So as I tap through the points, I see my day going as I want. I have one called Create a Great Day, and that's part of the visualization process. So that takes just a few minutes, typically 4 to 5 minutes. Then the next letter, E, stands for exercise. Now I do shift the order of things around, but my exercise in the morning is, because I don't do these necessarily all in sequence, although the first three I do, SAV, the silence, affirmations, visualization. Exercise, I typically do, I change this around, but I do get on the trampoline, the rebounder, the one I use is the Cellerciser, and jump on that for 15 minutes. But this morning I shifted the routine around and I did that first before the other steps, which I'll explain. So exercise is important, movement. And you can start out if you are still going to work or have a demanding morning activities, work, whatever the case may be. You can do it later, but I would still say get yourself moving for at least a few minutes. Exercise. Just get the body stimulated, get your endorphins going. That I feel is an important way to ground and set the foundation for a positive day. So exercise, E for exercise. Then the next one is the next letter, R, savers, as part of the word savers. R is for reading. And this is when I do several minutes, typically 3 to 5 minutes of spiritual reading. That's my choice. I read from a number of books, The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, Journey to the Heart by Melody Beattie. I may sometimes read from the Bible. I also have another book called Miracle Prayer by Susan Shumsky. But for 3 to 5 minutes, I focus on spiritual. I read something spiritual. Now, you don't have to read something spiritual. It can be something that you want to learn about. or something that's inspiring to you. But that's what I do. R is for reading. And then finally, the S is for scribing. A little bit of different term, but this is what I think how Elrod or others who work with him came up with. But that is the same or equivalent to journaling. And so I do spend anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, usually 10, but there's certain days where I have other commitments, early commitments, so I only spend 5, but at least 5 or up to 10 minutes journaling, where it could be just saying, getting things off your head, off your heart, off of your heart. Or it could be a communication with the divine. Some people say start their journaling by Dear God or Dear Spirit and asking questions. But this is also very, what would I say, strengthening type of routine. This journaling, just getting your thoughts out. It clears the mind. And also it's a way of connecting with whatever you want to call it, the universe, your inner guidance, your angels. Some people believe they're connecting with their angels. But this is an important time. I just think it's especially important to take pen to paper as opposed to typing. I mean, if you have no choice, if you're traveling and you don't want to bring, maybe your journal is heavy and you don't want to bring it, you can do that. But I think there have been studies to show, research, that there is something definitely beneficial when you write, handwrite, especially for journaling. It connects, it's more sensory, multi-sensory type of process. So those are the 6 steps of Savor's routine of the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I found it to be so powerful. Now, if you have trouble in getting started with this type of activity, and I am working with a client who's helping her get her mornings started with this type of process, I am offering a 4-week free voice message coaching process for up to 5 people who are interested. And all you have to do is send me an email at laura@shineafter50.com if you have an interest in learning about that. And also, later this week, be alert for the tarot reading that is related to this topic about getting your mornings off to a great start. So look for that, as well as the second segment discussion of The Atomic Habits by Tim Ferriss. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comments section. And if there are any topics you would like me to discuss in the future to help you shine after 50, please include those as well. I'm here to help you and to help all of us, help myself as well, because I'm on a journey. I've been doing a lot of things for many years, but I'm constantly tweaking them and also trying out new things. And I will share my experiences with you in those areas. So until next time, remember, you are a shining star no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be.